Imagine waking up at sunrise along the Nile River 4,000 years ago. You are parched, exhausted from yesterday's labor, and looking for breakfast. You don't reach for water, coffee, or juice. Instead, you dip a large clay bowl into a ceramic jar and drink a thick, cloudy, lukewarm bowl of beer. Before you start your day building monuments or farming wheat, you have just consumed alcohol for breakfast. This wasn't a party. This was standard life for every man, woman, and child in ancient Egypt. But this leads to two glaring, uncomfortable questions. Did millions of Egyptians spend their mornings walking around hungover? And what on earth did their breath smell like when they spoke to each other? To understand why they drink beer at sunrise, you have to forget everything you know about modern beer. Ancient Egyptian beer, known as henket, wasn't a light, golden, carbonated liquid. It was thick, soup-like, and heavily textured, often compared to liquid porridge. Drinking Nile River water directly was risky due to bacteria and parasites, but the fermentation process of brewing boiled the water and made it safe to drink. More importantly, Egyptian beer was packed with essential vitamins, yeast, and protein. It wasn't just a drink, it was a primary source of daily calories for workers. In fact, pyramid builders were partially paid in rations of daily beer. So, did this morning habit leave an entire civilization nursing a collective hangover? The short answer is, surprisingly, no. Daily Egyptian breakfast beer had a very low alcohol content, usually around 1 to 2%. You would have to drink gallons of it continuously just to feel a buzz. But that doesn't mean Egyptians were strangers to terrible hangovers. During religious festivals, such as the Festival of Drunkenness, heavy drinking was actively encouraged. Special festival beers were brewed with added dates, honey, and higher alcohol levels. The next morning, Egyptians faced the exact same pounding headache and dry mouth that we experience today. Ancient papyrus scrolls even revealed their strange hangover remedies, including weaving leaves from a shrub called Alexandrian laurel into a necklace to wear around the neck. Even if breakfast beer didn't give you a hangover, it created a totally different problem: your breath. What did a human mouth smell like after a bowl of fermented 2000 BCE beer? Hops did not exist in ancient brewing. Instead, Egyptian beer was flavored with dates, figs, coriander, and sweet herbs. Combine those fermented fruits with active yeast and sour, unpasteurized grain mash, das, and your breath smelled like a mixture of sour sourdough starter, stale fruit, and warm yeast. To make matters worse, the daily Egyptian diet was heavily reliant on raw garlic and onions. Workers ate them to boost immunity and stamina while working in the extreme heat. The result was a potent combination of fermented yeast, sourdough, and pungent raw garlic. Ancient Egyptians were deeply self-conscious about body odor and oral hygiene. They chewed on natron salt and rubbed their teeth with crushed mint leaves to clean their mouths. But to battle the dreaded beer breath, Egyptian doctors invented the world's first recorded breath mints. They combined frankincense, myrrh, and cinnamon, boiled them together with sweet honey over a fire, and rolled the mixture into small chewable pellets. People would pop these sweet herbal pellets into their mouths after drinking their morning beer. So the next time you pour yourself a fresh cup of coffee in the morning, take a second to imagine standing on the banks of the Nile 4,000 years ago. You'd be sipping a bowl of thick, cloudy beer, chewing on a homemade frankincense mint, and getting ready to build the ancient world.